With the traffic situation these days, it almost feels like we spend more time on the road than in our homes, which is why it's pretty essential to make sure that your driving experience is as good as it can be. Plus, it's always nice to get into a car and be greeted by gadgets that instantly elevate your mood. Thankfully, there's never been a better time to spruce up your vehicle, because companies are making some really cool stuff. So from the super handy FenSens to the quirky VOYO, here are some of the best car accessories that you can buy right now. Number 12. DROPRACKS. If you've ever been kayaking or mountain biking, you know how much of a hassle it can be to bring your gear into the wilderness with you. So rather than getting an actual pickup or big truck, you can get DROPRACKS, which is a roof rack system that straps right onto your current car. Not only is it incredibly convenient to set up, but it's also got automatic locking mechanisms and rubber strips to avoid any damage or friction. The best thing about this is, however, is the fact that the rack slides down for loading and unloading in not one, but 3 different directions. And the support's very robust too. So whether you're trying to load skis and bicycles or kayaks and roof boxes, the DROPRACKS have got you covered. Number 11. MAD Ramp. Now this is a ramp that attaches directly to the back of your pickup truck. And truck owners know how tricky it can be to get stuff into the back, let alone a snowmobile or a golf cart. So rather than using some makeshift wooden planks, go with the safe option and get MAD Ramp because it's super convenient. For starters, it comes with 2 ladder-like ramps that fold out onto the floor for you to drive onto. Once your golf cart or dune buggy's in, the mechanism folds and secures it from the back, even if it's too big to fit into the actual truck. And since it comes with different modules for each type of small vehicle, you literally never have to rely on a separate trailer. Also, if you're not sure if it's gonna fit your truck, then they've got a pretty handy size calculator that'll tell you exactly what sort of things you can fit onto it. Number 10. AVID Power Tire Inflator. Nothing's worse than forgetting to get your tires inflated before a long journey. Now, there are tons of options for these things these days, but AVID's Power Inflator perhaps one of, if not the best out there. It's got an automatic stop function that accurately measures tire pressure within 1 psi and fills it up accordingly. On top of that, it comes with its own battery pack that has a USB port for other stuff too. If you run out of charge though, then you can just plug it straight into a 12-volt car power adapter too. And of course, it's portable, cordless, and has a bright LED. So whether you're filling up your car tires or even a football, it just works. Number 9. FenSens. These days, most modern cars come with some pretty high-tech parking sensors that tell you when you're getting too close to the wall or another car. But if you're still rocking an older car and don't want to spend thousands of dollars, then you can get pretty much the same experience with FenSens. Basically, it's a smart wireless parking sensor that attaches straight to your license plate within 5 minutes. And to use it, all you've got to do is use the companion app. Like, you'd be surprised by how accurate the app's readings are. In fact, you can even launch it with Siri or Google Assistant. Plus, it's completely hassle-free thanks to Bluetooth and eliminates the need for a rear-view camera as well. Number 8. FOBO Tire. Again, modern cars just have tire pressure monitors built right into them. However, not everyone has a brand spanking new car. Thankfully, you can just get FOBO Tire instead. In essence, it's a smart tire pressure monitoring system, which means that, unlike a normal car, you can also check the air pressure using an app. Also, since you get 4 of these in a package, you can keep them on at all times and never let the PSI levels fall below acceptable levels. Like, you don't want random punctures now, do you? Oh, and obviously, pairing it with a tire inflator would be the perfect combo. Number 7. Mobileye. Self-driving cars always feel like one of those things that are just not fully there. However, you'd be surprised by how far we've come over the past couple of years. In fact, these days, you don't even need a fancy Tesla to get self-driving capabilities in a car. Instead, you can get your car kitted out by services like Mobileye. These guys don't mess around when it comes to autonomous vehicles. Their kit comes with 11 cameras that are more than enough to cover each and every angle around your car. Their double SoC chips make sure that all of that AI computational data is handled with ease. In return, you get a car that's smarter than most natural drivers and can brake, steer, park, and even navigate roundabouts and other tricky traffic situations without breaking a single sweat. Number 6. NAVDY. Remember those car HUD concepts back in the 90s with all that futuristic tech and augmented reality stuff? Whatever happened to those anyway? Well, the thing is, most car manufacturers aren't just focusing on that tech. But if you're still clamoring for it, then NAVDY is the one for you. It's a simple heads-up display that attaches to your dashboard and presents information like maps, calls, messages, and music right on the windshield. Also, if you've ever driven a Tesla, you know how distracting it can be to look at the console for direction and speedometer. So with this bad boy, you've got all that right in front of you, which means that you'll keep your eyes on the road and never miss a turn either. Oh, and did we mention that you can actually answer calls and navigate using wave gestures? Like, how cool is that? Number 5. WEBOOST Drive Sleek. One of the more annoying things about traveling through highways on big stretches of open land is the fact that cell reception's not the greatest. Besides, you never want to be in a horror movie situation where you get stuck in the middle of nowhere. So WEBOOST makes sure that you've always got an immaculate cell signal for fewer dropped calls, better voice quality, and of course, faster internets. All you've got to do is put the antenna on top of your car and the cradle inside, and now you've literally got better phone signals. Also, the great thing is that it works seamlessly across all US networks and even supports 5G. Oh, and don't worry, it's fully approved by the FCC and doesn't interrupt any cell carrier signals. Number 4. Pet TWISTSTEP. A dog really is a man's best friend, so it makes sense to go the extra mile for your furry buddy. And if you've got a shy dog that's not too keen on getting into cars, then you have to try out this thing. Basically, it's a little hitch step that folds out to let your pupper into your SUV with ease. All you've got to do is twist it out, let your dog in, and put it back right under the car. Plus, its non-slip surface and hitch lock prevents any chance of mishap. Also, if you're wondering if it can handle your big dog, then don't fret, because this guy can support over 400 pounds of weight at a time. Number 3. S-Lite. The S-Lite can be a literal lifesaver for any driver out there. Dubbed the world's most advanced energy warning light, it's truly remarkable how effective it can be at attracting attention. Like, let's say you're driving on a highway and your car breaks down. Now, most people would think that pulling onto one side and turning on the hazards is as safe as it's gonna get. But in reality, most highway drivers aren't paying attention enough to really see those. So with S-Lite, you can display a massive red warning sign or even an SOS sign that's super visible from over 200 yards away. Besides, the concept's really simple. It's like one of those fans that light up and spin to make a pattern. Number 2. LANMODO Car Night Vision Camera. Dash cams are all the rage these days, but what's lacking in most of them is the ability to see at night. However, with this night vision cam, not only do you get a 1,000-foot view of what's ahead and behind you, but you also get it in full detail at night. You've got 1080p HD video, 24-hour recording, and even a G-sensor that detects a collision and automatically saves that footage. Plus, it can even battle through torrential rain, thanks to IP67 water resistance. Just mount it onto your windshield, insert an SD card, and you're pretty much good to go with the vision that even exceeds your own eyesight. Number 1. VOYO. Most cars these days have built-in electronics with sensor data and other information. VOYO's implementation is a lot smarter than most. For instance, not only does it perform pro-level diagnostic scans, but it's also capable of sending 18 different safety alerts straight to your phone, including low tire pressure, battery, or open doors. And speaking of doors, you can also lock and unlock them straight from the VOYO app. Also, of course, you get all the other tracking info too, like fuel usage and trips. Oh, and guess what? It doesn't even need a subscription. You just literally plug it in and use the app for as long as you like. Alright, which of these accessories do you want in your car? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TechJoint, and we'll see you in the next one.